All right, fam, let's get in here and talk about this George Kambosos Devin Haney fight. 135 supremacy, all the belts on the line. Devin Haney's WBC lightweight title. Kambosos' 135 belts sanctioned by the IBF, WBA, and the WBO, along with the Ring Magazine belt, all up for grabs. Devin Haney, favorite to win this fight by the betting odds. Kambosos coming in riding the high after beating Teofimo Lopez to capture all those belts, and somebody has to take a loss. Both guys, pretty much, talking it as if they expect to win the fight, But on the end of the day, they're gonna have to get in there and they're gonna have to bring it like they talking. And I think I hear a lot of, like, I was watching the presser and I heard Kambosos fans, and they're talking about Haney's scared, he's scared Georgie and all this, and I've heard Kambosos constantly refer to Devin as a boy, a kid, and so forth and so on. And I've watched quite a few of Devin Haney's fights, weigh-ins, pressers, face-offs. Listen to him talk a lot about fights he wants and people he wants to, test himself against. Even guys that he doesn't come out and say that he knows he'll beat these guys. He says he just wants to fight them and see how he fares against them. And I've never gotten the impression that Devin Haney was afraid or a scary type guy, regardless of his youth. I feel like he's the type of guy that'll go into the teeth of a lion. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't see that. I don't think he's bothered by being in Australia. I don't think he's, the moment's too big for him. I don't feel like he's overwhelmed by everything surrounding the event, all the circumstances he's having to deal with his father not being able to make the trip and things like that. I just feel like it's all motivating him. And I feel like George Kambosos had a plan to try to unnerve Devin with all of his talking and all of his, insults and things like that. And I feel like it only just fueled Devin, and it's actually giving him more of a chip, more of a mental edge. And I think that I don't think it's going to make him come in and fight out of character. I think it's going to motivate him to beat Devin Haney and go out there and dominate like he knows he can. My opinion, Devin Haney has beaten better fighters than George Kambosos. That's my honest opinion. And I actually feel like the last three fighters Devin Haney has fought, albeit Gamboa was coming off of an Achilles injury and KO lost to Tank Davis, I feel like the last three fighters, as far as skills and ability, better fighters than George Kambosos. I just feel like Devin Haney had so many advantages in this fight. Everything that people say that George Kambosos does well, Devin Haney does better. And then there's things that Devin Haney does well that George Kambosos doesn't seem to do very well. Kambosos needs Devin Haney to come to him to give him his best chances in the fight, and I think Devin Haney will do a good job fighting at distance and only coming inside when he set himself up to be able to do so, and at a point in the fight where he's probably completely taking control. But we'll see. Fights aren't fought on paper. They're not fought in my head. They're not fought on YouTube. In terms of our opinions. They're fought in the ring. So we'll see how it plays out. I just think that if George Kambosos is believing that Devin Haney is afraid of him and somehow thinks that Devin being afraid of him is going to help him in the fight, I think he's sadly mistaken. I don't think Devin Haney has any fear of George Kambosos, any fear of the moment, any fear of being over there in Australia without his head trainer and father. I think that Devin Haney got a job to do, and he seemed focused on that job. I think he's a little annoyed by the antics and the different things going on that Kambosos is doing, but I think at the end of the day, Devin Haney is on a mission, and I don't think he's going to be denied. So I fully expect Devin Haney to go over there and get the job done. But more importantly, I look forward to the fight, the event, and look forward to there being one champion at 135 pounds. It's been quite some time since there's been an undisputed champion in the lightweight division. So definitely looking forward to seeing what goes on there. So like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and put it on out here early that I got Haney winning this fight, and I got him winning it going away with a lot of space, maybe even with a late stoppage. But that's all I got on it. D-Lo 404 Boxing. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.